Alright, so today we're going to talk about this int base form Goku LR, put him on a tier list, explain why I have him in certain spots, and honestly we're just going to talk about why this guy is just I'd say underwhelming release, unfortunately. Now, there's obviously just a couple of reasons why this guy is an underwhelming release, and I'm actually surprised I didn't bring this up, but we'll bring it up right now. This is the third base Goku in the span of what, 3-4 months, right? This guy released February 16, 2013, top 10 unit in the game, worthy contender. This unit came out April 28th, 2023. Did I say 2013? 2023. Another top 10 unit contender in the game, especially post revive is more so what I'm thinking about. But this dude is really good. This dude's really good, and they're both kind of doing different things, right? This guy is a unit you can kind of throw on the team, and he can help you like hold the team down in the slot 1, make the team consistent with the heal and everything, right? He's really strong unit. This guy's unit that's strong enough, once you post revive and build a team around him, this guy cooks really well, carries the team for you, like 1 mil plus defense with guard, doing like 3, like 8, 9, 10 mil attack stats, super effective against all types. Like, this dude is pretty crazy, really strong leader skill, right? Which is, it's like, okay, I'm okay with this guy releasing because after this guy's, because they kind of do different roles. You're not trying to throw this guy on the team and have him like as a floater. This is a unit you want to build the team around, and he makes, he carries the team for you. This guy's kind of different in that way, but this unit, it's like, we'll see what's going to happen, because we know that this unit, actually, funny enough, he's going to be a pretty big part of this new event that's coming out. They literally even state it right here. We'll see. Let's bring it up here. So right here, it's specifically stated this Goku is meant to be for this new difficult events coming out. We don't know, like, if it's going to be an actual challenging event. It's a challenge event, but it could be like the Bardock event or the Frieza event, where you basically have to beat all the characters in like a nuking fashion. We'll see how that works, but for now, this guy's kind of like, he's pretty much just a 20 mil attack stat with like nearly a million defense, and that's it. It's like he's not doing anything special. This is the first unit in a very long time where he's literally just stats, right? It's stats right here, key and stats right here, key and stats, an extra active skill attack, right? And that's it, right? This is the first unit in a very, very, very long time that does not have crits, additionals, or dodge built into his passive. Now, I took a look into the timeline of events here, and I went like pretty deep into here. The last time we had a unit that did not have crits, additionals, or like, super effective or anything like that, anything special, even debuffs built into their kit, is this Angel Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. He's the last unit that didn't have any crits, additionals, dodge, even super effective counts built into his kit. He's literally just stats. And this is a unit that released September 16th of 2020. Very, very long time ago. I mean, again, we look through the timeline of events. We see Frieza had damage reduction. He had stacking, right? He has a lot of debuffs in him. This Turles has an additional built into his kit, right? And then, again, we just keep going. I think Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta released around this time frame, right? I mean, even Bojack has his support abilities and stuff like that. And then when he transforms, he has the additional attack built into here, right? He's stacking attack, right? Where Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's right here, but Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta had the counter, the nullification, like some type of tech, defensive tech to help him out. This Gohan has additionals baked into his kit. I believe he has super effective once he uses the active skill, right? No, he does not, but he has the additional attack right built here. Obviously, we just keep going down through the timeline of events more and more, further and further, right? Even New Year's is down here, actually. Janemba has his guard, Pycon has the Ghost Touch for the dodge, right? All these defensive techs, baked into these units. 6th anniversary, UI Goku had his dodge, Blue Vegeta has his damage reduction, both additional, both and crit, right? And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger each year. And then now we're at the point where we have units with baked in crits, additional guard, damage reduction, additional stacking attack, revive, just see these units are doing so many things now to like make them stand out. These passes are so complicated nowadays, and this unit doesn't have anything besides stats. There's so many abilities now, you know, standby, guard, dodge, damage reduction, crit, additional, you know, counter, nullification, support, and this guy has nothing to make him stand out, and that's the issue. Like, if this guy was like a mega support rainbow orb changer, you know, or something like that, to help him differentiate from this guy and this guy, it's like, okay, this guy I want as a slot 1 tank, he could heal the team. This guy, I build the team around him and he carries me this event. This guy I could use as a really strong floating unit. Maybe he's even tanking slot 3, orb changing, giving support to my entire team. They all have different roles, but this unit doesn't have anything special. And that makes him a very, honestly, disappointing unit and a very bland unit. Almost, you could say, boring. And then on top of that, they give him this, right? And it's like, he could have key struggles at times, right? If you don't have Bulma next to him, like on the other rotation or like tied to his hip, giving him 3 extra key, this guy could struggle hitting his 21 key even. I've experienced that a lot. I did a couple of videos on this guy, and you could see that he can struggle to hit that key mark that you want him to. And if he doesn't get this buff, he's doing like a 10 mil attack stat, and he has like 500k, 600k defense, and that's like a banner unit kind of level. This is not like a brand new premium LR unit. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to spew all my issues with him, talk about why he's just a very disappointing release. Again, it's like, obviously he's much better than this Vegeta. His stats are just way higher, but the template of his design is pretty much the same thing, right? You want to get a high key meter with them, and he's basically doing just stats. Now, the pros about this unit, I'd say, is that he's a unit that doesn't really necessarily have to build up. I mean, you want to aim for the final blow, which is also an awful mechanic, by the way. The final blow is terrible. But if you're able to get that final blow, he does, again, hit around 20 mils, does AoEs. If this event that I brought up, if this is like a very difficult event, which has a chance to be, because it gives pure Saiyan's EX skill orbs, so I feel like this might be a difficult event. We'll see what happens there. And if this unit is like the best unit in the game for that event, and it's like top 3 hard event in the game, then he gets a lot more value, of course, because of the AoE. But as of right now, as of recording this video on the 16th of June, that's not a thing, right? It's not in the game. We'll have to wait like 5 days still for that. And I don't know. In Red Zone, he's kind of meh. His defense is not high enough to tank. His damage is not high enough for him to be considered like a really good damage dealer. He's just mediocre. And if I had to put him on a tier list, this is like my representation of him. I don't have anyone else. Like, I would put like this Gohan like above him. I would put like Cooler above this guy. Like, where is this unit like ranked? I think LR Ultimate Gohan would be better than this guy, right? When I brought up LR Ultimate Gohan, because I feel like he's also kind of like not really similar to this unit, but it's like both these units have like key restrictions, but the difference is that I think this guy has better setups, probably is what I'd say, and the like outcome or the total value you get from this guy hitting 24 key or 20 key, it's probably more than what this guy is doing, right? Because this guy at least has, you know, the high chance to nullify. He has a guard for the first few turns, right? And I feel like a Rainbow Orb Changer or something like that with this is probably a little stronger than him just having this 5 key. Again, until you get this, then it's kind of different. Like, I think 10 key start of turn is better than what this guy is, but yeah. Nowadays, units have like both. Units have stacking keys, like key 3 start of turn and getting this as well, right? It's kind of different. But yeah, yeah, this guy even has a built-in additional, right? Again, he has debuffing, he's stunning, right? He has like all these different abilities. And in this unit, it's like he can't even be a good leader. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I'd probably have Ultimate Gun above him. Like, there's just a general, like, you know, thoughts to this. Like, where would I put him around? I feel like Super Buu is better than this unit. I think this Carnival Goku's better. Was Golden Frieza better? I think Golden Frieza might be just a more useful option in most of his teams. Like, is he around Fusions of Monster level? Probably. Like, around like these level. And it's like, this unit's a year old. This unit's like almost a year old. And it's like he's competing with these units because he just doesn't have anything to make him stand out. He can't survive supers. And it's like every premium unit that's released like this year as a way to combat super attacks. You know, this guy has a standby, the damage reduction, revive, right? And they just also just like one-shot the enemy. Kid Gohan has his reduction and stacking defense. He can survive a lot of supers. This guy has his guard, the not nullification anymore. It doesn't. It's a counter, right? But it's a nullifying counter. This unit has the dodge still. He has the damage reduction, right? Once you're able to get him out there. God Goku, dodge, guard, stacking, right? You just keep going on. Kale has damage reduction, then after she gets guard when she's transformed. This unit even has dodge, right? Super Buu has his guard ability. Now, I guess, you know, if this guy doesn't guard, he dies, right? But he has his, like, ability. Guard, nullification. This guy has his giant form. If you're able to get the active skill off, you could also nullify an attack, right? And his defense gets really high in certain situations, where it's like he reaches like 2 mil defense. He gets like twice the amount of defense as this guy does. And that allows him to also tank most super attacks in the game. He can even take Signature on super attack in certain situations, right? This guy has a scouter, you know, on stacking defense and damage reduction. This Bulma, she's stupid. She has reduction, guard, aura changing, supports, and then this Goku is just attack and defense, right? I don't know. Even this guy has reduction, and in niche situations, he can get a support off. Hopefully, we get more Goku family enemies, but if he was able to get this off, this would be so busted. But even this guy's reduction and that damage reduction can help him survive certain, like some boss super attacks. It is the difference between him living them and him dying to them. But yeah, I don't know. This guy is just a disappointment. I don't know what they were thinking when they made him, honestly. Like, the more you think about it, the more it's like, why did they, like, what's the need for this restriction? What's the need for this restriction? Yeah, whatever. Disappointing release. He's not even in, like, a top 10 LR. Like, he doesn't even fit the top 10 LR list or anything like that. For a brand new unit, this is just not good, right? So, yeah, let me know what y'all think. Thank you for watching me rant about this guy. Just, what is Dokkan doing, man? I'll catch you next time. Hopefully, Tanabata is much better than this.